The haunting of the Sallie house at first glance, the small white two-story home in Atchison, Kansas, looks like any other charming Midwestern house. But behind its innocent exterior lies one of the most chilling hauntings ever documented. This is the Sallie house where the walls whisper, the shadows move, and something unseen waits in the dark. In 1993, Tony and Deborah Pickman, newlyweds expecting their first child, moved into the house. It seemed perfect, cozy, quiet, filled with small-town charm. But within days, things felt off. Their dog would growl at empty corners. Lights flickered without cause. Cold spots appeared in the warm Kansas summer. Then the scratching began. Tony woke in the middle of the night with deep, angry scratches down his back. 3 long gouges that bled but healed too slowly. Sometimes he felt burning sensations, as if invisible hands raked across his skin. The couple tried to brush it off, maybe stress, maybe their imagination, but the house wasn't finished. Objects moved on their own. Picture frames flipped backward on the walls. Unplugged baby monitors crackled with static and faint voices. A stuffed animal flung itself across the nursery without anyone near it. Footsteps echoed upstairs when no one was home. The Pickmans contacted a local psychic, who claimed the spirit of a little girl named Sallie haunted the home. According to legend, Sallie had died in the house over a century ago, possibly on an operating table at the hands of a careless doctor. But if the spirit was that of a child, why did Tony feel hunted? The paranormal activity escalated. Tony's scratches deepened, appearing more frequently. Shadows crawled across the walls, dark shapes just out of the corner of the eye. Doors slammed in the dead of night. Whispers echoed through the empty rooms. Investigators who visited the Sallie house documented unexplained cold spots, recorded eerie EVP electronic voice phenomena, and captured photographs of strange light anomalies. Even seasoned ghost hunters admitted the house felt dangerous, malicious. After months of torment, the Pickmans fled. They left the house behind, but the story didn't end. Visitors still report intense unease inside the home. Some claim they've been scratched. Others hear a child's giggle followed by something much darker, guttural growl from the basement. The Sallie house remains standing, a monument to something the living can't quite explain, a reminder that some places never let go of their dead. And sometimes, the dead don't want to let go. For those brave enough to enter the Sallie house today, the tension begins almost immediately. Visitors report an oppressive weight pressing down on their chests as soon as they step inside. The air feels thick, charged, as though the house itself is watching. The nursery, with its faded wallpaper and abandoned toys, seems to radiate the most dread. Paranormal investigators have reported batteries draining in seconds, cameras refusing to work, and the overwhelming feeling that something unseen is standing right behind them. What makes the Sallie house truly terrifying isn't just the ghost or it's the violence. Most haunted locations feature cold spots, strange noises, or fleeting apparitions. But here, it's physical. Scratches, burns, pushes. Even grown men have fled the house, shaken and pale, refusing to return. One investigator claimed that after visiting the house, he experienced months of nightmares and unexplained bruises appearing on his body. Tony Pickman's torment didn't end when he left the house. He later admitted that strange occurrences followed him for years: shadow figures in mirrors, scratching sounds at night, and waking to the feeling of hands pressing on his chest. As if Sallie, or whatever entity lurked in that house, marked him. Some believe the spirit of the little girl isn't the real threat, that something darker, more ancient, uses her image to lure people in. Over the years, skeptics have tried to explain away the event's electrical issues, psychological stress, the power of suggestion. But even the most rational visitors have left the Sallie house shaken, unable to explain the things they've seen and felt. Doors that lock themselves. Unseen fingers brushing against skin. Voices whispering names that no one should know. And the house still stands there in Atchison, waiting. Silent during the day, but alive at night. For those who dare to cross its threshold, there's always the chance that you'll walk out with more than just a story. You might carry something back with you. Something that waits until the lights go out, until you're alone, to remind you that you're never really alone again. Some say the basement is the heart of the horror. Stone walls, damp earth, and an unnatural cold linger there, even in the height of summer. Visitors report hearing shuffling footsteps in the dark, feeling an unseen presence circling them like a predator. Some refuse to go down the stairs at all. Those who do often describe a rising sense of panic, as if something ancient and malevolent lurks just beyond the edge of the flashlight's beam, waiting for the courage of the living to falter. One investigator once brought a trigger object, a small, antique doll, and placed it on the basement floor, hoping to entice the spirit of the little girl. Moments later, the doll was hurled across the room by an unseen force, smashing against the wall. The man claimed that an overwhelming wave of anger filled the space, unlike anything he'd ever experienced. He left the house that night, refusing to return, convinced that what resided there wasn't a child's ghost, but something posing as one. Electronic devices have a habit of malfunctioning inside the Sallie house. Cameras fail to capture images. Voice recorders play back faint, breathy whispers in the dead silence. One chilling EVP captured a voice raspy and low saying, "Get out." It was recorded in the empty nursery, the room where toys move on their own, and a cold draft wraps around visitors like icy fingers. The same room where Deborah Pickman once saw a shadow dart across the crib in the middle of the night. Some guests have claimed that the house doesn't just haunt you while you're there, it follows you home. Nightmares, unexplained noises, and shadow figures that linger in the corners of bedrooms have plagued people weeks after leaving. One woman claimed she felt invisible hands grab her ankles at night, pulling her toward the edge of her bed, just like she had felt in the basement. Another reported waking with 3 long scratches across her chest, the mark of something unseen, but very real. Despite its dark history, the Sallie house remains open for tours and investigations. Drawn by curiosity or the lure of the unknown, people continue to step inside, challenging the entity that resides there. But not everyone walks away the same. Some carry the darkness with them long after the front door shuts behind them, haunted by more than just memories. Haunted by something that waits and watches and follows. What makes the Sallie house so uniquely evil is the deception at its core. It lures people in with the tragic tale of a little girl Sallie's spirit said to be frightened, lonely, or seeking comfort. But that's the trap. The true entity inside that house wears her innocence like a mask, using her image to draw sympathy, to lower defenses. Once inside, it reveals its real nature: cruel, violent, and malicious. It doesn't seek peace or resolution. It feeds on fear. Unlike other hauntings where spirits might reach out for help or closure, the force in the Sallie house seems to enjoy inflicting pain. It scratches. It burns. It isolates people from each other, turning curiosity into terror and terror into despair. It strikes hardest when you're most vulnerable, when the lights go out, when you're alone, when you begin to doubt your own senses. And then it makes itself known. Tony Pickman's torment is proof of how evil the presence truly is. The entity targeted him, attacking him physically and mentally, even as his wife and child remained largely unharmed. It singled him out, as though it had chosen him to break. His experiences grew darker the longer they stayed, seeing shadow figures with hollow eyes, hearing growls that shook him to the bone, feeling invisible hands clamp down around his throat as he slept. That level of focused cruelty isn't randomized personal. Worse, the house seems to infect people. Those who spend too much time within its walls describe personality changes, becoming withdrawn, paranoid, angry, as though the entity doesn't just want to scare or hurt you, it wants to corrupt you. It whispers into the mind, instilling doubt, fear, and sometimes even violent thoughts. It's a slow erosion of the human spirit, breaking down sanity piece by piece. This isn't just a haunted house, it's a predator, a malevolent force that waits patiently, hiding behind the guise of a child's ghost to ensnare the curious and the brave. And once it marks you, once you feel its icy grip and hear its voice in the dark, it doesn't easily let go. Some hauntings fade with time, but the evil of the Sallie house, it endures. It thrives